That old devil moon.
Message from Starfleet, sir.
On screen, Lieutenant.
The Enterprise will proceed to the Alpha Proxima system. While the indigenous race on Proxima 3 has not reached a technological level commensurate with entering the Federation, and therefore under the protection of the Prime Directive of non-interference, we do maintain a discrete monitoring satellite. It has picked up activity from an asteroid in an elliptical orbit. You are to investigate without interfering with life on the planet.
According to the library computer, the Alpha Proxima system has 5 planets and an asteroid belt. A large asteroid is heading towards the inner planets and should pass close by Proxima 3. It passes through the interior of the system once every 200 years. The people of Proxima 3 call it Scythe, the same name as their god of war.
God of War, Mr. Spock? Isn't that a bit surprising from a people whose technology matches 20th century Earth?
Considering the level of warfare during that century, I'm surprised that it is Earth that did not have a god of war. In any case, about a millennium ago, Proxima 3 suffered a globally devastating war.
Blew themselves back to the Stone Age, Mr. Spock?
Late Bronze Age, Ensign. They rebuilt their world in half the time it had taken to get there originally. But the Armageddon was mythologized as a battle between the Sophs and Lucres. In that war, the planet was raised, and all the gods died except Scythe. He had rained fury down upon the world, then went off on a long dance of victory. His return is a time for worldwide soul-searching and atonement.
And Scythe returns and our monitoring station picks up activity.
It would seem that we should proceed to Alpha Proxima and scan Scythe.
And welcome back to Star Trek. We are starting the Old Devil Moon. So we are to proceed to Alpha Proxima to see what is going on. But first,
Nothing to report at this time,
okay,
Captain.
Ain't got nothing for us. So we are going to go to Alpha Proxima.
Alpha Proxima. Star system with 5 planets. Alpha Proxima 3, Proxtrae, and Alpha Proxima 4, Gazelle, are both inhabited worlds.
Okay.
Scythe, a large asteroid in an elliptical orbit in the Alpha Proxima system. Spectral analysis of its composition indicates that it has minimal atmosphere and that it was once a moon of the planet Proxtrae, hurled out of its orbit by a catastrophe. The 17th letter of the Lucre alphabet is named Scythe, probably not by coincidence.
Interesting.
Topic not of it.
What is it? LUCRS.
Lucres.
The
One of the 2
Lucres.
ancient cultures of Proxtrae. See Sophs. The Lucres believed that a man who made the most of his ability was a god. Their individualism put themselves at odds with the communitarianism of the Sophs. The Lucres used base 3. Their organization was based on units of 3, making up sets of 99. The number 99 was known to have religious importance to them.
Okay, so now let's look at the Sophs.
Sophs. One of the 2 ancient races of Proxtrae. They lived in a highly advanced culture that valued the community ahead of the individual, which put them in conflict with the Lucres. The Sophs used base 4 in their mathematics, and their organization was based on units of 4 to make up sets of 100.
Okay, sets of 100. Okay. So, I wonder... What's base 3?
Base 3. The mathematical basis for the Lucre culture. There are 3 numbers in base 3, 0, 1, and 2. Thus 3 in base 3 is 1, 0. 4 is 1, 1. 5 is 1, 2. 6 is 2, 0. 9 is 1, 0, 0. 17 is 1, 2, 2. And 99 is 1, 0, 2, 0, 0.
Okay, well, I don't understand that at all. Maybe this would make more
Base
sense.
4. The mathematical basis for the Sophs culture. There are 4 numbers in base 4. 0, 1, 2, and 3. Thus 4 in base 4 is 1, 0. 7 is 1, 3. 8 is 2, 0. 12 is 3, 0. And 16 is 1, 0, 0.
Alright, well, let's go to Alpha Proxima.
Raising shield.
Let's raise the shields, because we don't know where we're going. These damn Alassi pirates are all over the place. Alright, where is Alpha Proxima? Number 12 on the map. Is that a 12? That's a 12. Is it that one? No, it's that one. Ludicrous speed, go! Alright.
We are out of sensor range, Captain. I suggest we orbit the asteroid.
Let's take her into orbit, buddy.
Entering standard orbit.
A sensor scan of Psi reveals surface features consistent with damage left by a nuclear attack. It would seem to have been a target during Proxima's war.
Scythe rained fury down on the planet and then left on a dance of victory. A missile base, Captain?
It would seem to make sense.
Captain, I just monitored a narrow beam message from Scythe to Proxima 3. I don't have it all. I just caught a bit of the initial burst. I'm attempting a translation, but it appears to be a computer code.
Any response from the planet?
The Proxtrites will not have the equipment necessary to understand and reply to that code for another 25.6 years at their present rate of development.
What's the code?
Still translating, Captain. I suggest we beam down, sir. The surface is hostile, but survivable for a short...
May I respectfully remind the Captain that we...
That was... Wow.
Lowering shields, Captain.
Aye, sir. Shields repaired, Captain. I don't know how long she can take it, Captain.
Still translating, Captain.
Alright, well, let's go.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have
Mr.
the
Scott, you've got the con, buddy. Alright, here we go.
Captain, Mr. Scott wishes to speak with you.
Mr. Scott,
Aye, we've had some slight problems with the transporter.
Of course.
we didn't notice anything beaming down.
Just a glitch in the main transporter program. Mr. Kyle is loading a backup and we're performing tests. The transporters will be down for about an hour.
That will still give us plenty of time, Scotty.
I know. I have the lads in engineering doing a complete overhaul of the ship's systems.
Good, Mr. Scott. I'll keep you posted. Kirk out.
Alright, well, we're stuck.
Save new game.
We are stuck. I spelled R wrong. What the fuck ever? Alright, well, first things first.
As expected, Captain, the source of power emanations lies beyond that door.
A power source that has lasted millennia and endured major catastrophes. That's fascinating, Mr. Spock.
Do you have Vulcan blood and
No, sir.
Unremarkable except for low-grade power emanations from the door area. The rocks have a high quantity of triphosphorus silver in them.
Well, that sounds like something we might want.
You retrieve a rock.
What do we got to say for yourself,
Aside
guys?
from the security door on what should be a lifeless planetoid, this place is unremarkable.
The atmosphere is breathable, Jim, but hardly nourishing. We should either get inside or go back to the ship.
We got
Area
Lasher.
secure, Captain.
Yeah, good for you. Okay, so let's go to the door. He said we gotta get inside. Dun, 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 dun.
The door still appears to be in operating condition.
Captain, I'm afraid we've got a wee problem here.
Oh,
What is it, Scotty?
What is it,
There is
Scotty?
some sort of virus in the main computer. Our phasers and tractor beams have been disabled, and there's no way we're getting them back in 3 hours.
There goes our backup plan. Do what you can, Mr. Scott.
I
Seriously?
will, Captain. I may yet have a trick or two that I can pull, but don't count on any miracles.
Isolate that virus. That's your #1 priority.
That it is, Captain. We'll keep you informed. Scott out.
This appears to be a dust-covered lens of some sort. A working display panel, Captain. There is power running to the keypad.
This heavy-duty door has taken numerous micrometeorite strikes but still appears solid.
Yeah, it's been, yeah, beat up.
It looks like some sort. This is a keypad that looks functional. A lens sits above the doorway, but is it mere decoration?
Well, let's use Spock on. Is that Spock? On the keypad. How are we supposed to know?
That did not seem...
Your situation, Mr. Scott.
We're still looking for the virus, Captain. I even have Lieutenant Uhura looking through the computer system. I never realized the last was so good with them.
Check her record, Mr. Scott. She was in the top 10% of her class in computer systems analysis.
We'll find that virus soon, Captain, or I'm an Englishman.
Just do your best, Scotty. Kirk out.
Okay, we don't know the code. Just gonna go over here.
Working display panel.
Well, how the hell are we gonna get the code?
The origin point for the broadcast Uhura monitored was approximately 50 meters beyond this door.
This door is huge. If they were humanoid, they could have been giants.
From what we know about the Lucars, they had an affinity for size. Their machines weren't just equipment, they were also monuments.
I can believe that.
We should stay inside as much as possible. We must try to protect ourselves from the cosmic radiation.
Spock, see what you can...
That did not seem to work, Captain. Perhaps we should try a number that had some significance to them. Remember, they were very superstitious.
Oh, so we had to go think back to
Spock, see what you can do.
Okay. Well, let's try that. But that works.
That worked. I see you deduced that 10200 in the Lucars Base 3 was equal to their sacred number 99.
Yeah, let's see, exactly.
Report, Scotty. How are things going?
About as badly as a killed in a blast furnace, Captain. Wait a minute. Lieutenant Uhura has some news for you.
Oh yeah?
The
What you
virus
got?
came from our sensor sweep of the moon's computers. We believe we have analyzed the memory sectors it attacked.
Well done, Uhura.
I wish I could take credit for it. It was Mr. Kyle who found the pattern. We are attacking it with antivirus programs.
Computer
got
science
McAfee on it.
sounds more like medicine every day.
If we had a doctor as good with computers as you are with patients, we'd be having a lot fewer problems.
Finally, someone who appreciates me.
Keep working at it, Uhura. Kirk out.
A computer terminal, Captain. It uses the Lucar alphabet. I think I can decipher it. The interior of the security lock is unremarkable and well preserved.
Unremarkable. Looks pretty
This
remarkable.
door is similar to the one on the outside of
pretty
the
damn
secure lock,
remarkable to me.
except that it has not weathered over the years. Electrical panels indicate the keypad on the right controls the door. The interior of the security lock is unremarkable and well preserved. This keypad is fully functional and
There's the
controls the
keypad there.
door. Its entry code is in base 3.
Okay, well, Spock said he could figure out. Let's talk to everybody first.
This place does seem to provide protection against cosmic rays.
I don't see why they bothered putting an atmosphere here, Captain. There hasn't even been bacteria here in centuries, let alone humanoids. We appear to be in some type of security lock. No defensive systems are apparent here, but considering the size of the doors, they probably don't need them.
Yeah, good
My
work.
tricorder is picking up large supplies of frozen oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide beneath the surface, enough to last many centuries.
At least we won't have to worry about suffocating.
The Lucres did not seem to have a problem with security.
What do they look
McCoy wishes this place was less technological.
like?
Spock looks at the equipment and raises an eyebrow. Ensign Mosier is scanning the area for potentially hostile life forms.
Oh, good work, Mosher. Put you Spock on this.
The console reports the following. Welcome to Orbital Missile Base.
Oh, there we go.
Codename Scythe. This base has been operational for the past week. It has completed one successful fire mission. Estimation of success is at 22 over 100.
22%? That's very low. Hardly something to brag about.
Doctor, in Base 3, 22 divided by 100 is equivalent to 8 out of 9, or 88%. I would think that quite satisfactory, given this base's probable mission of destroying the soft forces on Proxtree.
It says the base has been operational for a week, but this has been here for 1,000 years.
If the Lucres built this base with a clock that told the time by measuring the moon's rotational speed, or the gravitational forces
Spock.
generated
Glad
by
you could figure this shit
Proxtree
out.
and the sun, the computer may have calculated only a week of time has passed since its first action. I might be able to learn more with another look at the console. There is a substantial
that
amount
out,
of
then,
data
dude.
here,
No,
but in
stop it.
summary, Scythe was created by the Lucres as a launching platform for missiles to keep the Softs subjugated to their influence. The Softs managed to infiltrate the base. However, their actions triggered Scythe's auto-attack mechanisms and initiated a holocaust that nearly annihilated the planet. One soft
damn.
strike did, in fact, hit the moon and deflected it from its orbit. It has been dormant since then.
So why has the base been activated again?
Given the damage to the moon, its slow rotation and orbit, it has never realized the war is over. On this pass, for the first time, it has detected radio wave transmissions from Proxtree. Because it does not recognize them, it assumes the Softs are still active. Its transmission to the planet, I would assume, was some sort of a check beacon to see if it should continue its mission.
Jim, let's return to the ship and blast this place to destroy its weapons.
Doctor, this moon is a god to the people down there. If we destroy it, we will violate the Prime Directive.
Spock is right, Bones. Spock, what are the chances that we could decode the transmission and send a stop code to the base?
In trinary or decimal?
Spock!
1.327 million to 1, provided the archaeological studies about Lucre's languages are correct. Our other option is to get into this base and see if we can bring the computers down.
Okay. So can we do anything else here?
The console welcome to
22%?
Doctor, if there is one soft
So I...
because it's
Jim,
Doctor
Spock is right.
in trin
Really?
1 point.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be trying to figure out some base 3 nonsense. Here's the code.
Fascinating. If the Federation language studies were correct, the ideograph for the word scythe in the Lucres language is the 17th symbol in their alphabet that corresponds with 122 in base 3.
Well, there you go.
Captain, we have a cure for the computer virus.
Yay!
Well done, Uhura.
I modified Cathral C to exclusively attack the Lucre virus. They annihilated each other, Captain.
Fascinating, Lieutenant.
The Klingons aren't going to be happy to learn that they helped us. How about the phasers and tractor beams?
We may get the tractor beams online in time, Captain. I'm afraid even the backup phaser transmission codes were affected. We could destroy some missiles manually, but if this complex decides to launch more than 10 missiles at a time...
Understood. The ball is in our court. We'll give it our best shot. Kirk out.
Yeah, let's do this. We got it.
This door is made from remarkably dense alloys. Even our most powerful phaser rifle or welder would not be able to penetrate it.
Damn.
The thing must be almost as tough as a starship hull.
Indeed, Ensign, and considerably thinner. A remarkable achievement in metallurgical engineering.
We need to steal some of
This panel has a slot in
Analyze
it
it.
rather than a
Make some more.
keypad. The slot bears traces of triphosphorus silver, and power is currently running to it. I am recording the pattern of this lock into my tricorder.
Hey, that's what that rock was made out of.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report, Captain. Circuits and atmosphere pumps are hidden in the walls.
Okay, well, we don't have a key card, so we're not getting in that door.
Can't say I like the decor.
The Lucres did not leave behind many examples of their architecture.
I can see why.
Alright, well, let's take a look around.
Captain, with the 3K AG content of the surface rocks and the tricorder scan of the pattern inside the lock, I believe the laser drill can be used to fashion the ID card needed to open the sealed door in the other chamber.
Are you kidding me?
The mine shaft was drilled out of the lunar rock by a laser device, similar to the one mounted in the ceiling. The drill is unremarkable,
That's
except its
obviously pretty
aiming
remarkable.
component is corroded and frozen in place.
That's not good.
A storage box of some kind. I detect no dangerous substances. These are display panels for the laser drill. They are still functional. These are display panels.
Okay.
Unlike the surface rocks, the ore here is unremarkable.
Well, what's in the box?
This box contains old wire and connectors.
Well, I like wires. I like connectors. What do they look like here? Okay.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I guess we should use Spock on the,
The mine shaft was drilled out of the lunar rock by a laser device,
it didn't do it?
similar to the one mounted in the ceiling.
Oh, there we go. I didn't do anything. It's pretty cool, though.
Captain, the machine requests the proper coordinates before it may perform this operation.
Interesting. That didn't do anything.
I used the keycard pattern scanned from the lock to
we didn't
program
do
the
the
drill.
panel, we just did
It
the
should now
screen.
be able to make a template of the keycard in the rock.
Now let's try that. That didn't do it. Ah, there we go. What do we got here, homie?
Nothing to report.
Nothing to report. It's just a hole we just burned.
The laser drill has cut a template for the keycard in the stone.
Alright, well, we have some of that shit that the keycards are made out of because we picked it up outside. And I think we just need to do the same thing again. Let's make sure, because, you know, where are my sons? You stood right by it, Kurt. Ballsy of you. Can we scan the card now? Is there actually a card?
Nothing to report, Captain.
Really? It's just our homemade key card. It's a big key card. These guys obviously were big dudes.
This technology is cruder and less efficient than the rest of the complex, Captain.
Why was I even brought down on this mission, Jim? I'm a doctor, not a welder.
Oh, Bones.
Looks like a museum piece to me, Captain.
This is one heck of a museum, Ensign.
Still a mess, though.
Alright, well, I think we're done in here. Let's go get to that door. We got the key card now. Yay, we're in.
This appears to be the brain of Scythe. There are two identical but isolated computers that communicate with a third, which controls the launch of missiles.
Oh, this is kind of complicated. We probably should save it before we start messing.
This computer is functional and performing an average 0.75 million operations per second. A crude uranium-235 nuclear device with lithium-beryllium shells to increase heavy particle fallout.
Damn.
A crude uranium-2... This computer directly controls the missile launch system. There is no way to interface with it directly, but the other two computers are accessible. A crude uranium-235...
Okay, so they're all the same.
This computer is functional and performing an average 1.2 million operations per second.
That's a little better.
This computer is functional.
Okay, well, let's get on the sticks. Oh, we were to save it first.
Welcome to Side Operations Center, Omega Unit. Estimated time to optimal launch range is 1.31 hours adjusted.
That can't be good because that's going to be in zip time.
Save new game. Too many games. Save new game. Replace previous game. Delete. Save new game.
Bombs. Okay, so we got an hour and something in base 3 time or base 4 time.
Welcome to Side Operations Center, Alpha Unit. Estimated time to optimal launch range is 3.21 hours adjusted.
Captain, something is wrong with the computers. They may be twins, but they are not identical.
It appears they are out of sync, Captain. I have to assume the Alpha unit has a virus, which is using up an incredible amount of computing time.
They report different optimum launch times, which is right.
Given the elliptical orbit and the range at which they will pass Proxtree, the Omega unit is correct, but the window is very narrow. A variation of minutes will mean the missiles run out of fuel and fall harmlessly into the sun.
Can you reprogram the Lucre's computer to give us that time, Mr. Spock?
Reprogramming an old alien computer is not simple.
You sure?
The odds against success are 10,221 to 1 against.
Too bad all Omega here couldn't just take a sick day and miss the firing.
Because the two machines are isolated, the virus did not spread from one to the other.
If we could only bridge them.
Wait a minute, we got some cables.
The connector snaps into place.
We want to use the left one, probably? I think that one was right.
Welcome to Side Operations Center, Omega Unit. Estimated time to optimal launch range is 1.54 hours adjusted.
The launched missiles will run out of fuel before they reach Proxtree. They will drift into the sun and burn up.
Are we gonna watch it?
Kirk to Enterprise, how are the transporters, Scotty?
They're operational again, Captain. We're ready to bring you back at any time.
Let's do it.
Bring us home.
Look, we got the analyst.
Message from
the
Starfleet.
medal.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Proxima 3
Another
and
hundo.
evaluate your
So we were
performance
on
at
baby.
100%. You and your crew received 4 commendation points. A perfect mission, Jim. You are a model for all
That's
Starfleet.
what we
Hard to believe that
do.
Earth came so close to the brink itself.
Vulcans, too. Both, in the end, looked into the abyss and came to the only logical conclusion.
Logic? Humans? I'm dreaming, Jim.
Sometimes it is harder and braver to make peace rather than war.
Sounds like emotion had its part to play in a positive sense, too.
I don't know about you, but I'd like to bid an emotional goodbye to Alpha Proxima myself.
Take us out of orbit, Mr. Sulu.
What if they saw us? So wouldn't that violate the Prime Directive?
Vengeance.
Captain's
See what we
log.
got going on here.
We are arriving at the last known position of the USS Republic, which reported that it was under attack 12 hours ago.
Captain, the ship's sensors have picked up what appears to be a starship. Minimal life support, minimal engine power, and only 2 life forms, one on the bridge, the other in sickbay. Both appear to be gravely injured. It is the Republic.
We're just getting right into it. Because we have to wait till next time.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
I am preparing an information packet for Starfleet. Shall I send it or wait for you to return?
Send it now. If a hostile ship arrives, head immediately for Starbase 24. Wait until we get back. No sense giving Starfleet incomplete information. If anyone else, send it now. Wait until we get back. No sense giving...
Hope we brought Masher. I like Masher.
My God, Jim, what kind of butcher would do something like this?
I don't know, Bones. We're too far from the Klingon and Romulan borders for it to be one of their ships.
Enterprise to Captain Kirk.
Kirk here. What is it, Scott?
We picked up a distress signal. It appears a trading vessel is having a wee bit of trouble with their warp drive. What condition is the Republic in?
It's a mess, Scotty. Life support's functioning, but that's about it.
I've done a primary scan of the Republic's systems. Main and auxiliary power is out. Life support is stable. I also read that communications are operable.
Should we beam you back, Captain?
Do the sensors read any other ships in the sector?
Besides the trade vessel, this sector is clear, sir.
Mr. Scott, we will continue here. Assist the trade ship and return here. If we need assistance, we'll contact you.
You sure you'll be all right, Captain?
Yes, Scotty, just don't take too long. Kirk out. Well, gentlemen, let's see if we can re-establish power.
Jim, don't forget, there's another survivor on board. We've got to find him.
All right, and that is going to have to wait till next time. Thanks for stopping in. This is, I think this is the last one. And then we're done. Another game in the books. But thanks for coming out. Drop a like if you haven't already. If you're new, please drop a sub. And check out the other ones. If you're new and you haven't watched the first ones, you're fucking lost. It's not really Star Trek. They're go by episodes, but, you know, watch that shit. I am